What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with today's NFL DFS Week 5 Contrarian Corner. We're going to bring you some low-owned players to put in your GPP lineups this weekend. Going to kick it off at the quarterback position here. We're going to go with Andy Dalton. This matchup against Seattle for the Saints opened up at 43, but now all the way up to a 45.5 game total. We're expecting points to be scored in this game. If you look at both receiver Chris Olave and running back Alvin Kamara, they're both expected to be highly rostered across DFS platforms this weekend. But Andy Dalton is very lowly priced, easy to fit into your lineups, and if he's not going to be highly rostered, might as well throw him in some GPP stacks there with Olave and Kamara. We know Kamara can obviously catch the football. We're also looking at a Seattle defense that gives up yards and points to absolutely everybody. Who can forget, of course, last weekend, Detroit and Seattle combined for 93 total points in their game. Are we going to see a repeat of that this week? Probably not, but I do think a lot of points will be scored on the Saints side of the football here. At the running back position, we're going to go with Nick Chubb, one of the more consistent running backs in the NFL this season. The Chargers have the third worst DVOA against the run this season, ranking 30th. They've also allowed the second most yards per carry at 5.4. And again, Nick Chubb is an absolute monster this year, scoring touchdowns and running for over 100 yards in multiple games this season. He's highly low rostered, high price back, but I think he's worth building your lineups around this week. At the wide receiver position, I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin here. I love Washington at home against this bad Titans defense. Tennessee's allowed the fourth most passing yards and the most passing touchdowns in the NFL this season. Jahan Dotson already ruled out for this game, which means McLaurin should see even more targets go his way in this matchup. I think it's a good bounce back spot for this Commanders offense after facing two really tough defenses in Dallas and Philly the last 2 weeks. People are down on the Commanders this week. I am not. Put Terry McLaurin in your lineup. And we'll finish it off at the tight end position here. Gerald Everett, once again, no Keenan Allen. With Allen out of the lineup, we've seen Gerald Everett be a target monster. He found the end zone again last week, and we like this matchup for them against Cleveland. We think there's going to be a lot of points scored here. I like the Chargers side of this game, and with Nick Chubb doing his damage on the ground across the way from them for Cleveland, keeping them in this game, they're going to have to throw. I do think Everett has a really good chance to return value at a tight end position this week that is rather meh. No real standouts. I like Everett at the price point. That wraps up this week's Contrarian Corner, everybody. Let's go make some money.